The implementation of the Goods and Services Tax in India on 1st July 2017 marked a significant milestone in the country's economic history. Today, as we complete 7 years of GST in the country, we reflect on the transformative journey of this historic tax reform that has streamlined our complex indirect tax system, enhanced tax compliance, and boosted economic growth. First, let us take a look at the journey of GST from its first announcement in the Union Budget in 2006 to its inauguration in 2017.
In the 2006 Union Budget, it was announced that GST would be introduced from 1st April 2010. The first discussion paper was released by the Empowered Committee in 2009. The Constitution 115th Amendment Bill was introduced in 2011, but it lapsed. The Constitution 122nd Amendment Bill was introduced in 2014, which eventually became the Constitution 101st Amendment Act in August 2016. The GST Council, established under Article 279A of the amended Constitution, met for the first time in September 2016. In March 2017, the Council recommended the CGST, SGST, IGST, UTGST and Compensation Cess Acts. These central legislations were passed by the Parliament in April 2017. All the GST rules were recommended by the Council in May 2017. By June 2017, all states except Jammu and Kashmir passed the respective SGST Acts.
On 1st July 2017, GST was formally launched by the President and the Prime Minister in a historic midnight session at the Parliament. With the passing of the CGST and IGST ordinances extending the central GST laws to Jammu and Kashmir on 8th July 2017, GST came into effect all over the country. This milestone marked the true economic integration of India. The journey continues to this day, with constant updates and refinements, adapting to the changing economic landscape and addressing the challenges faced by taxpayers and tax officers. The Indian GST regime is a true example of a dynamic and responsive indirect tax system.
Before the introduction of GST, India's indirect tax system was complex and fragmented, characterized by a multitude of indirect taxes imposed by both the central and state governments. These taxes included excise duties, service tax, value-added tax, central sales tax, entry tax and others. This fragmented tax structure led to cascading of tax, increased administrative costs, and hindered the free flow of goods and services across state borders.
With the introduction of GST, there is only a single tax on supply of both goods and services. Each taxpayer gets assigned to a single tax authority for all regular compliance procedures. The laws and procedures under GST apply uniformly through the country. The compliance mechanism is backed by a robust IT infrastructure. GST also ensures a seamless flow of credit in the supply chain, thereby eliminating cascading of taxes. The GST Council, established under Article 279 of the Constitution, plays a pivotal role in the administration and implementation of GST in India. The Council, chaired by the Union Finance Minister and comprising representatives from all states and union territories, has the power to decide and recommend levy and rate of tax, exemptions, etc. Through regular consultations and consensus building, the GST Council stands as a beacon of cooperative federalism in India. Starting from its first meeting in September 2016, the Council has held 53 meetings so far.
To effectively manage various aspects of GST, there are 4 major committees that assist the GST Council. The Law Committee advises the GST Council on legal implications of policy decisions and helps in drafting necessary legal provisions and amendments. The Fitment Committee evaluates the fitment of goods and services into the various GST tax slabs and recommends the applicable GST rates for different goods and services. The GST Implementation Committee, or the GIC, is the decision-making body at the top tier and takes decisions on urgent issues. The Information Technology Grievance Redressal Committee, or the ITGRC, addresses IT-related grievances faced by taxpayers.
By overhauling and streamlining the indirect tax structure in India, GST has enhanced the ease of doing business in India. GST has brought down the overall tax burden and prices and has increased competitiveness for major taxpayers as well as for medium and small enterprises. GST has boosted the formalization of the Indian economy, thereby ensuring that consumers have access to better quality products, improved services, and enhanced consumer protection. By abolishing border checkposts and entry taxes, transportation time and costs have significantly come down, thereby integrating India into a common national market. Thanks to the e-way bill system, the movement of goods under GST is backed by a robust electronic trail. GST has thus also been successful in leveraging technology to ensure compliance in a transparent and trade-friendly manner. Another hallmark of the GST regime is that it has been a truly consultative and responsive system, and this has greatly enhanced its effectiveness. In the last 7 years, the central government and each state government has issued around 630 notifications and 222 circulars on the recommendation of the GST Council. This shows the readiness of the GST Council and the governments to remain open to feedback and to implement the necessary changes to laws and procedures so as to continuously improve the system. Besides this, governments have also conducted several outreach programs to handhold and assist the taxpayers.
The success of all these measures can be gleaned from some very impressive statistics on GST that show the widespread adoption and compliance with the GST regime across various sectors and businesses in India. As of May 31, 2024, there are 1.46 crore registered taxpayers. A total of 136.61 crore returns have been filed cumulatively in these 7 years. That is, around 5.4 lakh returns per day. The highest number of returns transactions recorded in a single day is 24.85 lakh. The total number of e-way bills generated till May 31, 2024 is 484.71 crore, which translates to roughly 20 lakh e-way bills per day. The total number of invoices uploaded stands at 2018 crore, which shows an average filing of 80 lakh invoices every day. The graph of GST revenue in India over the last 7 financial years shows an initial increase in the first 3 years. This was followed by a drop in 2020-21 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Subsequently, the economy and tax collections rebounded strongly, peaking at 20.18 lakh crores in 23-24. The GST revenue of Kerala follows the same trajectory, with an initial increase in the first 3 years followed by a decline in the next 2, due to the pandemic. Post-pandemic, GST revenue has steadily picked up in the state, with a collection of 30,944 crores in the last financial year.
Now let us hear some of our taxpayers and other stakeholders share their unique experiences and insights on navigating the world of GST.
Kerala Lottery is an organization that works with the most marginalized sections of society. Kerala Lottery today gives employment to thousands of people from the most weakest sections of our society, and GST and its provisions have enabled Kerala Lottery to function smoothly. Especially the reverse charge mechanism introduced in lotteries has enabled Kerala Lottery to conduct its business without placing a huge compliance burden on the thousands of people who sell lottery tickets throughout the state of Kerala.
Today, we come together to mark 7 years of the GST Act, a landmark reform that has reshaped India's tax landscape and positively impacted our businesses. For a company like Bharat Petroleum, which operates across the country, GST has brought several key advantages like simplification of tax structure by replacing multiple indirect taxes within a single unified tax regime. This simplification has reduced compliance burden and administrative complexities.
രാജ്യത്തെ ചരക്ക് സേവന നികുതി അഥവാ GST അതിന്റെ യഥാർത്ഥ അർത്ഥത്തിൽ രൂപം പ്രാപിച്ചു വരുന്ന ഒരു ഘട്ടമാണ് ഇന്ന്. ആദ്യം ഒക്കെ തന്നെ ചരക്ക് സേവന നികുതി എന്നുള്ള നിലയിൽ നിലവിൽ വന്നപ്പോൾ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഒരാശങ്ക പൊതുവെ ഈ സേവനം അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഉൽപ്പന്നങ്ങളൊക്കെ തന്നെ പ്രദാനം ചെയ്യുന്ന വ്യക്തികൾക്കും സ്ഥാപനങ്ങൾക്കും ഒക്കെ തന്നെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. എന്നാൽ ചരക്ക് സേവന നികുതി നല്ല നിലയിലാണ് വിഭാവനം ചെയ്ത് നടപ്പാക്കപ്പെട്ടത് എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഈ ഒരു ഘട്ടത്തിൽ ഏവർക്കും ബോധ്യമാകുന്നത്.
The main objective of introduction of GST was to increase the taxpayer base and curb tax evasion, which I believe has been very successfully accomplished. The online facility to file the returns, refunds, replies to notices and appeals is highly seamless with a well-established system taking feedback from taxpayers, continuous improvements, and which has probably contributed to the GSTN portal has improved substantially. And seamless interface, especially the GSTN portal NIC, which is basically the e-invoicing and e-way bill portal IceGate, has contributed overall significantly to the overall ease of doing business.
The introduction of GST is one of these big structural foundational level change that has happened in the Indian taxation system. The regular GST Council meetings to address the issues of different industries is a real booster for everyone. In the recent GST Council meeting, all the issues which were related to the insurance industry has been addressed. This will surely reduce the litigations and will improve the coordination between the insurance industry and the revenue department.
Under the erstwhile indirect tax regimes, there were multiple tax authorities, multiple returns, and complex compliances. GST has unified these into a single tax. This has reduced the administrative burden and allowed us to focus more on our core business operations rather than tax compliance. GST has enabled higher level of transparency in the tax system. The online GST portal has made it easier for us to file returns, claim refunds, and maintain accurate records. This has improved our compliance rates and built more trust with our stakeholders, including customers, suppliers, and the government.
One of the key impacts of GST on banking sector has been the reduction of cascading taxes and the simplification of compliance procedures. This has led to cost efficiencies and improved profitability for banks, and now banks can focus more on core banking activities rather than navigating through complex tax structures. In conclusion, the GST regime has undoubtedly reshaped the banking sector, positioning it as a robust pillar of our economy.
GST has been implemented with the aim of reducing the price of goods and services through reduction in the cascading effect. This has been achieved to a very large extent. Initial years of GST implementation has seen much difficulty being faced with the trade and the service sector, especially in the compliance level aspects. This has been to a very large extent ironed out with the proactive involvement of the GST Council on receiving the representation of the trade and also considering them very favorably.
Earlier, frequent visit to tax offices were a norm for the businesses. Now everything is automated. GST automation enables real-time filing of tax returns and reconciliation, ensuring accuracy and transparency. It reduced administrative burden, allowing more time to be spent on growth and innovation.
GST has improved the ease of doing business in Kerala with a simplified and unified taxation system. For a consumer state like Kerala, it has improved and increased the efficiency in logistics, leading to reduction in costs and increase in interstate transactions.
One nation, one tax എന്ന ആശയവുമായി 2017 ജൂലൈ മാസം 1-ാം തീയതി ഭാരതത്തിൽ നടപ്പാക്കിയ GST ഭാരതത്തിന്റെ സാമ്പത്തിക വളർച്ചയ്ക്ക് വലിയ രീതിയിലുള്ള സംഭാവനകളാണ് നൽകിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്.
We've heard from diverse voices, taxpayers, consultants, and stakeholders, each sharing their unique experiences and perspectives. One message emerges loud and clear. GST has brought forth a unified, transparent, and efficient tax system in India. By successfully implementing GST through a unique framework of cooperative federalism, in a country as large and diverse as India, we have set a global benchmark, an example for other nations looking to implement similar tax reforms. As we conclude, let us resolve to stand united and strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that our nation continues to rise to higher levels of endeavor and achievement.